Right, we're going to be looking at doing the borderlines and then doing a first angle orthographic projection of a ramp. Right, here we go. I'm going to measure up about 10 millimeters over there, about 10 millimeters across from that edge, about 10 millimeters down from that edge, about 10 millimeters across from that edge. Once I've got that, I'm going to draw a construction line, a light line going across there, a light line going across there, parallel to that edge, a light line coming down over here, a light construction line coming down like that. Once I've got that, I'm going to draw a dark borderline going in around this thing, okay? Must be very dark. I want to see it very, very, very dark. Right. Bring that across. Bring that down over there. Or that down over there. Right. Make sure that your corners touch perfectly. I want you to make sure that it is nice and dark and it's about 10 millimeters away from the edge of the page. You're then going to measure up about 15 millimeters. And you're going to draw another line coming across over here to create a title block. In here, you're then going to measure off about 70 millimeters. You can use a pair of dividers or a pair of compasses, and you measure off 70 millimeters on that side, 70 millimeters on that side, and you can then drop a line coming down over here, giving me a name block and giving me a scale block on the other side. Once you've done that, I want you to draw some construction lines. I'm going to draw my construction lines in color, just so that you can see them a little bit more clearly. A construction line there, about 3 millimeters up. Construction line there, about 2 millimeters up. Construction line there, about 3 millimeters up. Construction line there. And in those lines over there, you can then write your name in there. Okay, initials and surname, or you can write out your whole name. I'm just going to write my name in like this. You're going to write in your class. And you're going to write in the date. The date today is 21/04. Right, once you've done that, you're going to come in here and you're going to draw a construction line, and then about 5 millimeters up, another construction line, and you're going to write in ramp over here. Right, once you've done that, you're then going to come across here and you're going to draw in 2 construction lines about 3 millimeters apart over here, and you're going to write in scale. Right, the scale is going to be 1:1. That is the size of the actual object that you're going to be making. You're then I'm going to use a stencil. You can draw this in freehand. I'm just going to do it so it's a bit neater. Right, got 2 little center lines over there. You draw in that shape over there, and then you draw in a little circle and a bigger circle behind it. That is showing the front view and the left view of the object. My front view of the object and the left view of the object. The left view being shown on the right-hand side of my front view. Right. Once I've done that, I'm going to come over here, and you have been given some dimensions for the ramp that you were going to do the designs for. Right. You're going to draw a construction line coming across here, and then you're going to measure off whatever that length of that ramp is. I'm going to say that it is 165 millimeters. I measure that off on that line that I've just drawn over here. Okay. And I'm going to then draw in that line dark. Right, once I've got that in place, my next thing is to put a dimension onto that line. I'm just going to do that very quickly. Drawing a line, it's not quite touching. And another line, which is not quite touching. And about 10 millimeters away from there, you're going to draw a line coming across here, and you're going to dimension that line. I said that it was 165 millimeters, or whatever the length of that ramp is that you're going to be given to design. In the middle of that line, you write in 165. Do not write in millimeters over there. There is a gap between the line and the dimension. Please make sure that you do that, otherwise you lose the marks for doing that dimension. Once you've done that, you're going to extend that line out with a construction line, and then you're going to take your pair of compasses and you're going to bisect that 180-degree angle. How do I bisect angles? I first of all draw an arc. I then take my pair of compasses, I extend them slightly more, and I'm going to draw an arc like that. Take it to that side, draw an arc like that, and I then draw a 90-degree line going up over there. That's a construction line. I then bisect that 90-degree angle to get a 45-degree angle. Take my pair of compasses to that point where the arc is. I draw an arc, take my pair of compasses to that side, draw an arc, and I can now draw in a 45-degree angle as a construction line as well. The angle that you've been asked to make is a 22.5-degree angle. You can see this little arc over here. I'm going to take my pair of compasses again. I'm going to draw an arc over there, take it to there, draw an arc over there, and I now have a 22.5-degree angle. When you do your tests or exams, I want to see those constructions so you can get the marks. Right, you'll note that you were given a length, you were given a width, and you were given an angle. You were not given a height, so you can decide as to how your ramp is going to be. Your ramp could be over there, it could be out there if you wanted. Okay, the height of this thing doesn't really matter. You could have a thing that goes up 90 degrees over there. It really doesn't matter. You decide as to how you want to angle this thing at the back over here. Right, I'm going to choose this angle over here as the, actually let me go a little bit further across like that. There we go. I'm going to make my ramp that shape. And that is my front view completed. Right, once I've done that, the next thing is to draw the top view of this thing. You're going to drop some construction lines coming down from there and there, which will give me the same length in my top view. I then draw a line coming across over here, and I measure off whatever the width of that ramp is. Okay, the width of that ramp, I'm going to say on this one is, say, 50 millimeters. I come in over here, and I'm going to measure off 50 millimeters and draw a line coming across over there. I can then join that up over here and join that up over there. Once I've got that, I can then drop a line coming from that corner over there, and I can draw in a line coming across over here, showing the surface of the ramp. Right, once I've got that in place, let's say that you need to draw the left view of this thing, okay? The left view has got the height and the width of it. To get that width, I want to see this happen over here. You're going to draw a 45-degree line coming down from that intersection over there. And you're then going to take a line coming across from there and a line coming across from there. Where it intersects with that 45-degree line, you're going to draw a line going up over there and a line going up over there. That will give you the left view with the correct height coming across from your front view and the correct width coming up from the top view. For your test, I would like to see that 45-degree line being used so that you can get some marks there as well. Right, let us finish that off. I've got a line coming down there, a line coming down there, a line going across over here, a line going across over there, and I can then dimension that. Just a line coming down over there, line coming down over there, and you can dimension that, giving that 50 millimeters for the width of the object. Right, the other dimension that I would like you to do is the height of this. You can dimension the height, drawing some extension lines coming out over there, and a line coming down. Note it's about 10 millimeters away from there, and you can then draw some arrows on there, and you can draw a construction line, and you're physically going to measure whatever your height is. Note, I didn't give you a height, but you can then measure that off, and I end up with, in this particular one, 47 millimeters. 47 millimeters. Note, I'm not writing millimeters there, or millimeters there, or millimeters. On all drawings, the dimensions are always going to be in millimeters, so we don't need to write millimeters. Right, the next thing that you're going to do is to draw some straws onto this thing as your struts. So I'm going to say, well, I need a straw somewhere over here in order to prop this thing up. I'm going to draw another straw somewhere in over there to prop it up. I'm going to draw another straw in somewhere over there to prop it up. And just to make it stronger, I'm going to put in a straw coming down like that. Right, okay, so there are all the straws. When I come to my top view, I'm going to see those straws. Now, I'm not going to be too concerned in your test if you don't do it in hidden detail. But these straws should be done as hidden detail lines. So I'm first just going to get the construction lines coming down. Let me do that as a construction line. Construction line coming down from the straw over there and over there. And then I can use my circle stencil. If you don't have a circle stencil, you can just freehand these little straws in. So I'm going to have a straw somewhere over here. I'm going to choose this as a straw diameter. There we go. It looks reasonable. Come up over here, draw another little circle over there. Come across to this straw over here, draw a construction line coming down there, construction line coming down there, and again, put that little straw in over there, and draw a construction line going in over there. Same story over here. You can see how these straws link up with the front view over here. Draw that in. Sorry, I've lost the... There we go. Straw in there. And another little straw in over there. And at the end of the day, I've got this straw that's coming down over here, linked up with this straw. So I'm going to have a line coming down like that. A line coming down like that. And I'm just going to freehand this in. It would have that sort of shape at the end of it if I had to cut it off. That should all be done in hidden detail. Unless you put a little note somewhere to say that you took the top off the ramp. Okay, once I've done that, I then want to put those straws into the left view over here. I'm going to take these straws that I've got over here, I'm going to take them across into my left view using that 45-degree line again. Take that across there, take that across there, and I can pop those into my left view over here. There we go, going up there, going up there, going up there, going up there. Once I've got that in place, I'm going to just draw that straw coming in there, straw coming in there. Okay, so there we go. We've got the straws in place. And if you wanted to get all very clever, I'm standing on the left-hand side of this thing, looking across, and I can see that straw. This one is directly behind that straw. So to get that, I'm just going to draw a construction line coming across from there, construction line coming across from there, and I'll end up with a hidden detail straw over there, a hidden detail straw over there. That's for your really clever kids in the class that can see that idea of the hidden detail in there and hidden detail in over there, showing me that there are these other straws that are at slightly lower levels than that first straw. Right, once I've done that, the next thing is to put in some ties. I'm just going to draw them in dark red over here. There is a tie over there. There is a tie over there that I'm going to put in. I'm going to do the same thing over here. A nice little tie coming down over here. Nice little tie going up over there. And I need to show that in this diagram over here. There are the ties that I've just drawn on that side. There are the ties going over there. So if you're looking straight down on it, you'd just be able to see these strings coming down over there. Over here, I'm going to put in some ties going from one side to the other. There we go, over there, and there we go, over there. And I can then put that into this diagram over here. You'll have a tie that's probably coming down from there to there, and from there to there. And that would be in line with this line that I've drawn over here. Right, that is your drawing done. Please note, 10mm border, 15mm over here to get the top of that line. Writing done in between the construction lines. Note it is block capitals. If you don't use block capitals, you don't get the marks for writing your name, your grade, and the date. Ramp, slightly bigger lettering over here than in that block. Scale 1:1, that little projection symbol, that's the little triangle first, then the little circles over there showing the front view and the left view of the object. Over here, I've got a front view and a left view. Note the front view with the left view on the right-hand side of my front view. The top view directly below, note how that links up over there, note how that links up over there, and note using that 45-degree line over there, I can link that and that up. The dimensioning, make sure that your dimensions are written above the dimensioning line. Same thing over there. You can see it being written above the dimensioning line. Make sure that your dimension line over here, that your writing is done on the left-hand side of that dimensioning line. Don't put it on the other side. And that's basically everything that you need to know.